Hi! I thought I was live, but I forgot to hit the button. That's how tired I am. So this is what I've been working on. I was having a hard time getting them looking in the same direction. And I still need to work on lifting the little critter's eye up a bit. Because, well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the angle I was holding the bowl. Okay, so anyway, this bowl is now finished being illustrated. Next step will be to paint it with underglazes. This one's done being illustrated. And I was supposed to hit a certain button on here before I started my live. Let's use the flare. Go like this so I can see when someone joins. Yesterday's dirty muck up here, but I don't really have room for it down there right now. My voice is kind of froggy again today. That's what happens when I'm getting overtired. Does anybody else have any quirky little things when they get overtired? Okay. I'm getting ready to turn the camera so that you can actually see what I'm working on instead of me, because seeing me isn't all that interesting, but I'll see if we can get it. There we go. All right, hi everyone who's joining. King Tiger, Todd, Roy, Cameron, AC, Coffee Cup, Digital Cinema, Jaden M, Rose Jazz, Mo Canada, Help Me Rhonda. I think I was just listening to that song. Jared Bodrum, Shui, Michael, Bis, Simidone, OVO, Jerome. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm getting ready to slap some color on this one. This one is going to, I know it doesn't look like much right now. It's an apple tree. So obviously apples need to be a version of red, maybe some red and limey green. The leaves need to be green. The tree trunk will be kind of a mauvey color. Not mauve, aubergine. And so the reason I'm telling you this is because I have to figure out what I'm going to put on the background. The background is really not a background, it's just a complete wash of the whole surface here. And so that has to kind of go with what I'm putting on, but not obliterate the images. It needs to be something that sets it off. So I think for the background, I'm going to use chartreuse green, turquoise, and baby blue. How does that sound? That's a different one. Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like my live. And I think if you touch up here, you can give me little hearts. I just gave myself one. I like the little hearts. The little hearts are fun. Okay, so let's get our favorite brush, which is this guy. Favorite brush. It's commonly used for Japanese ink painting, but I use it for working with underglazes on pots. And these pots have not been fired yet at all, so it's all greenware that I'm working on. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. Wow, look at that. I've never had this many people join me. I hope I don't let you all down. When I get the stuff all over my, and I usually just shake it up and use what's in the lid. because underglazes are really expensive. If any of you out there are using underglazes, they're very expensive, and they could break your bank. Okay, let's start with the chartreuse green. We're just gonna mop it on like this. Put it in some areas. That's the chartreuse green. And then the next part. Oh, baby blue. I might not want to do baby blue. Oh, wait, no, that's the other bowl that has the bird. Oh, I'm getting things all confused here. And then I was going to use baby blue. Shake it up good. These are all Amico velvets, underglazes that I'm using. I have two others from another company called Coyote. And the reason I use the Coyote is because the Coyote has a pink that doesn't burn out. And they had a green that I had a customer specifically request. Okay, there's some blue, baby blue, and then we're going to get the turquoise. And oh, my hands are feeling weak today. Okay, water, get some turquoise blue, pop it in there and there, pop some in up here. There we go. That'll set off my little imaginary person good. There we go. All right, the lime green's gonna set off the green for the leaves and the red apples. She's usually bright, or deep yellow, not bright yellow, deep yellow. There we go. And as I go, you'll start going, my God, that is just horrible. I can't even tell what the heck it is. Where did the image go? But in the end, I do this process called outlining, and that's where I define everything. So it all comes together in the end. Let's start with let's start with the tree trunk. This is not an Amico color. It's in an Amico bottle because it was easier to work with that way. I do have some Speedball underglazes as well. I prefer the velvets right now to the Speedball because I find the velvets mix with water a little bit better. Okay, eyes, come on, work. I might have to take a quick break and run upstairs and get my reading glasses because my eyes have been giving me trouble. Okay, so you see how there's variations in color there? Because I put that background on. And that helps to give it more dimension in a very easy way where you just kind of let the process take over. Branches are really kinky. Hi, thanks for joining me, everybody. Wow, this is pretty cool. Don't forget to like my video and hit that heart button. I forgot to put the heart button up, but if you just hit the top right corner of your screen, if you tap it, it makes hearts. Part. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is really amazing. I've never had this many people join me. Okay, now we're going to, I think we'll work on the apples. Red, bright red. This is bright red. Amaco bright red. Number 387. And this is an example of it under a matte white glaze that's translucent, but that's not the glaze I'm using. The glaze I'm using is a clear glaze like this, so everything will show up really good. This shows you the lines that I draw. The red, if you're using the red, make sure you test it out a little bit and get used to it, because if it's too light, it comes out looking like you got blood on your pot. And if it's too dark, it goes bumpy. So it's a matter of trial and error until you figure out what is just the right amount. And this is a little thick, so I'm going to put some into the lid, play around with it. I'm going to add a little bit more water. I don't want it to drip when I'm putting it on. This is another brush I have. It's smaller. I just, in the moment, thought maybe it would be better for doing the apples. So I'm just going to draw a round circle and fill it in. And I know that this side over here is not enough red. It needs more, because it would come out looking like a blood spot. We really don't want that in the middle of a bowl. Okay, so there we go. There's one apple. Okay, so the center part there, not enough red. So let's just go over that with a second coat. I'm not trying to make them look like real apples. In fact, my style is a naive style of art, where things have an innocence to them and a naiveness. They're not mature. My style isn't mature. It's not like a Van Gogh or a Picasso or anything like that. That's not even the right. That's not even the right example for me to give, because theirs weren't considered mature styles either. A mature style would be like Michelangelo. His paintings are very mature. Things from the Renaissance became very mature, showing things very life as they are in life. With little room for the imagination. And I'm not saying that's bad, that's just a style. I was out in my backyard yesterday looking at my apple tree. I have an espalier apple tree. An espalier apple tree is one that grows several types of apples on it, because the branches have all been grafted onto the main trunk. And there's a lot of apples on it, so I was picking off all the little small runty ones so that the bigger ones can grow to be bigger. And if you don't do that, then you end up just with mediocre apples if you don't prune out the not so good ones. I like this song. It's from my youth. Don't forget to like my live. Come on, you guys. Like my live. Okay, I think that that's probably enough apples on the apple tree. Hi, everybody. Sophie, Jane. Hello, it's me. Tasso, Papa G. Lane Odie, Mr. Cayenne. Ding. These people with strange names, I don't want to botch them up. Merle, Sherry, Minnie, Ottman. They're not strange names. They're just names I'm not familiar with. Let me put it that way. Okay, so we've got some apples on our apple tree. Now we need to get some leaves on our apple tree. What color do I think I'm going to make the leaves. Where's that coyote glaze or underglaze? Coyote, coyote, coyote. It's in a bottle that's a little bit bigger than the others. Coyote comes in this size. So this is the coyote green that I'm going to use for the leaves. It's not as bright as the chartreuse. It's not as yellowy. It's a little more green. So I'm going to use some of this, and then I'll probably also do a little bit of the avocado green. I have to tell you something else about greens with Amical Velvets. The only Amical Velvet green that I like is avocado. All the rest of them, even though they're called light green or dark green, they just come out dark green. And it's not particularly a nice color in dark green. It needs just a hint more yellow in it. So I have to mix all those. Leaves all gather around the stem of the apple. So that's what I'm doing. I'm painting in leaves around the stems of the apples, where I believe the stems of the apples are. And then there are also other places on the branches. So I'm just kind of dabbing to create the idea of a leaf. And then when I go back and outline, it will be a little more defined. So anybody can do this. It's just a matter of playing with things. Thank you for the heart. Somebody gave me a heart. I got a heart. I got a heart. Yay! How come nobody likes my live? How do you do that? I had a bunch of people yesterday who were liking my live. Okay, there's that part. Oops, I should put a little bit down here because I decided I was going to have some grass growing around my tree. That's too watery. There we go. This goes a lot faster if I already have the image pre-sketched before you people all arrive. Okay, and there's a little surprise on the tree. And that's my little orange, bright orange bug. It's just a cute little caterpillar that's coming to have a little bit of lunch, or worm or something. Everything deserves to live. We don't spray any of our trees or our garden. I just wait for Mother Nature to take care of everything. Because we have lots of birds. Plenty of birds. In fact, I have so many birds that I had one of those tent caterpillar nests in my birch tree. And when I went back a week and a half later, the birds had taken care of it. So that's why it's a good idea to have lots of birds around your property. And I do have lots of them because they wake us up every morning at 6 or earlier with all of their chirping and talking and singing. Hi everybody! Hi Proud Canadian, I'm one of those too. Okay, now we're going to do my little character. And she gets done in usually deep yellow. Number 309, deep yellow. Might be because it's just kind of one of my favorite colors. Okay, so let's just get her little head here. I try not to do her eye, but if I do it, I'm not overly concerned. This one is a little different from my other imaginary friends. This is my new imaginary friend. I should make her a different color because she has antlers and ears. The other one had no antlers, and her ears were on really long curlies that came out of the top of her head. Yeah, so I think next time I'm going to make her, this one, a different color. I have to decide what color I would like though, because she's different. I'm waiting for underglazes to come from Kiwi Underglaze. There we go. And I'm going to make her little antlers. Bright orange. This bright orange from Amico, it still works fine, but it's a little funky. And it was funky before I even opened it. You can see the color on the outside of the jar here doesn't look quite right. Okay, I like this brush because it can do really fine lines relative to the size of it, and it holds a lot of material. Again, I'm just getting the color off the top of the lid. You can do all kinds of things with underglazes. You can even just use them to accentuate texture and things like that on your pots. You can use them under other kinds of glazes than what I use. Like if you can layer them on your piece and then put like one of those commercial runny glazes on. I think there's one that's really popular right now that's kind of a milky moving kind of glaze. I don't know the name of it, but I've seen pictures of it on pots, and it gets some really unique colors and things that you wouldn't normally expect to get using underglazes. Because if you use a runny glaze on the exterior and you've layered them, it comes through. Okay, so there's the little antlers, the legs. I've got the dress to do. This is really going along quick today. Maybe I'm getting better at it. Who knows? Thank you everybody for coming. Oh my goodness, I've never had so many people. Try to grow your fan club. What does that mean? You can send me hearts. Yes, you can send me hearts, lots of hearts. Just tap on your screen and you'll send me hearts. And it doesn't cost you anything, it's free. It's really easy and it's fun. And you can also like my live. That helps me, and I need all the help I can get. Because I'm an old grandma and I don't really know what I'm doing here. Some people have come on and helped me out a little. Like I found out how to make the font bigger so I can actually see your names when they come on the screen. And if you happen to ask me anything, I will see that. Hopefully, unless I'm just looking at my piece and I'm working on it. I'm trying to show my face a little bit in the screen, even though it's not that interesting. Do any of you guys make pots? Ouch. Oh, I can't hold that position. My neck just seized up doing that. Okay, let's work on her little dress. What color do I want to make her little dress? I think today her little dress is going... I usually make a rainbow dress. Just because it's fun. But maybe today we will have... What color? Not pink. Let's see, we've got lime greens, dark purple, red, green, deep yellow. Got any ideas, you guys? Hi! Thanks for joining me, you guys. Wow, you're so sweet. Don't forget to hit the screen and give me hearts. Please give me hearts. I'm trying to decide what color to make her dress. Her dress is going to be da 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 da. Should I do violet? Violet is a light purple. No, that's not going to go with that red. I think I'm going to do V386, which is a blue. I just got to find it. That's 327. 381 is amethyst. Come here, 386. That must be it over here. 326. Chartreuse. 326 maybe is like a royal blue. 386 is more like a navy blue. Doggy, you're back again? Thank you. You are really a sweet guy. The world needs a few more of you. Oh. I hope you're finding good matches out there.
Senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block out the hall. For he that gets
Doggy is one of my best fans.
outside raging.
No, you don't have any. Aw.
Battle your walls, for the times they are a-changing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm any good for matches. I can barely even get the hearts and the likes, even though I had like 700 people on here at one point. Help you look for one. How do I help you look for a match? Doggy wants to find a match. So if any of you are watching and want to have a match with Doggy, go find him. Hi, Belle. Okay, I'm trying to find this blue. 327. Where is it? 386. Here it is. Anybody on here, if you want to have a match, Doggy's up for it. Go find Doggy. He's a really nice guy.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children.
Oops, I kind of went over her hand there, didn't I?
Battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. People speaking their mind. I get through so much resistance. Fall behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
There we go. Now we're ready to do the outlining. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to hit like my live and send me hearts. Hearts are really easy and they're free. You just tap the screen. Come on. Okay, now we're ready to do the outlining. My favorite liner brush is actually a brush that's used for doing fancy fingernails. These are my fancy fingernails, not very fancy. And potters have to keep their fingernails very short, or we have a tendency to gouge our pots, which we don't like doing. This black bottle is pretty much empty. So what I'm gonna do is open up the Speedball, because I like mixing my colors in the cap. And the best way to get your colors into the cap is to just shake your bottle up. Come on. I have no fingernails to speak of. As you can see. So it's really hard for me. Why won't this? Okay, that's not where it starts. I just hit the wrong spot. That's where it ends. Bad eyes. Really bad eyes. I ordered a special ball for my dogs to play with that is like a soccer ball, and you have to blow it up. It took me 20 minutes to find the little hole that you put the pump into. Because they didn't outline it with a different color or anything. That sounds really good. Okay, I'll say something for Speedball. They certainly seal up their jars better than Amico. However, as you can see, the product inside here is quite thick and gloopy. Very thick, very gloopy. It doesn't flow very good. I would give this a 4 out of 5. Put that back in there like that. Put the lid on tight. There we go. And then I'm going to, because it's not flowy, add a little bit of Darvon. This isn't a Darvon jar, but that's how you spell it. And it's something that you just add like a couple drops to your underglazes. It makes them much flowier and smoother. It also works on glazes. If you're trying to brush your glazes and they're not made for brushing, or if you have commercial ones that have gone thick on you, you're better to add Darvan than add water. So do the Darvan first and then add a few drops of water. Ah, this is splashing me. I just got black on my face. Okay, so there we go. You can see it's a little bit smoother than it was. This might still be too thick for doing outlining, but let's give it a try on my hand and see how it goes. Okay, that's all right. I don't want any big blobs. Let's start with the base of the tree. Coming up. Oh, that was really bad. See? That just really made a mess. And I'm going to have to clean up later. Oh man. Okay, that's better. remember when you're doing your trees, branches don't just come straight out from the side. They have to come out from something. Outlining an apple. Back in with some dark green to give them their little butts, because apples have little butts. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like my live. Please like my live. Hit the hearts. Let's see if we can get some hearts going here. Right now I only have one. It'd be really nice to reach 10 hearts today. See, I don't have high expectations. I just have high hopes. Why do people not want to give me hearts? This is just what I do, folks. I make these pots and then I sell them. Otherwise, I'm a grandma that lives on Vancouver Island, up here in Canada. With 3 dogs. Yeah, if you go to my feed, you'll see my dogs. If you go to my feed, you'll see lots of stuff. You'll see my pots. You'll see my studio. If you join my fan club, you'll get to see more behind the scenes stuff that are just videos of me throwing or trimming. One of the ones I'm going to be putting on as a perk behind the scenes is I'm going to do a demo of throwing a giant bowl with an added rim. That makes into a really stunning bowl. I should bring one in for tonight. The one that's in the gallery. So I can show people what it looks like. One When I was on last night, I got a notice that came across the screen that I had to get off or I was going to have a violation. Is that because I was going overtime for how long I said I was going to be on? Or was there something else crazy going on that I wasn't aware of? Do any of you guys know what that would be? Does anybody know? I'm drawing in the leaves. That's what I'm doing. See, so it's turning into not such a, just a, whoa, what is that? And sometimes my marks on these will be just a suggestion of something. It won't be quite so literal. What time is it? 11:49. So this has taken me almost an hour because I didn't have the drawing time on this live because I had drawn it all out before you came. These are the grasses. Speedball doesn't flow quite the same as Amico. And for some reason I thought, well, it's just black. You know, what what can be the problem with black? Lots of things. So added a bit more water to it, and now I'm just going to stir it up with the end of another brush. Let's see if I can get this to a consistency that I like. And Speedball has lumpies in it. We don't like lumpies in our underglaze. So Speedball, you're going downhill. Apparently Spectrum makes underglazes too. I don't have any of those. I might have to check them out. Because I have been trying to switch away from, I hate to say it, American companies. Doing that crazy Canadian elbows up thing. See, that's still not going on the brush like the Amico does. I wonder if I have another Amico around here. Okay, I have Alexa playing music in the background.
Here's a station you might like, The Mamas and the Papas on Amazon Music.
Yeah, I had told her to play mellow 60s music. I think she just realized that I wasn't happy with her. This is better.
Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree.
She's gonna have a little thumb there.
Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me
Hi, thanks for joining me. It's really nice.
Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Okay, we've got the eye left.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss.
And
I'm longing
our little friend.
linger till dawn, dear, just waiting. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries far behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
There we go. Then we need to put some color in her eye. Hi, thanks for joining. If you like my live, please share it with your friends. Someone could say that to me and I would look at them and go, well, I like your live, but I don't think I have any friends. Okay, what color is this?
Where it began,
Medium blue.
I can't
She's gonna have
begin
little medium
to
blue eyes.
know, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along?
There we go.
And touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching me.
Okay. Now we are going to, oh right, I wanted to put some little flowers on this one.
Because never seemed so
Some of my just outlined little flowers.
I've been inclined to believe there never was.
Which I've just done really quickly.
Look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two.
Just to fill some of these empty spaces.
And when I hurt, burden runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out.
He was one of my very favorite artists when I was in junior high and high school. Sweet Caroline. And whoever would have thought that this song would become the best song to have at sports games? Who would have ever thunk it? I wouldn't have. And I bet Neil Diamond never thunk it either. Now we're ready to do the rim, the back, and the foot. And I have to decide what color I want to do the rim. Ugh, I just got black all over my hand. Hi, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like my live. Give me a heart. Tap that screen, give me hearts. Tell ya, I could use another coffee today. Anyone want to get me another coffee? It's just upstairs. Actually, there's no one here that can run and get me a coffee. So let's just keep pushing on. And I think I'm going to do the outside of this one. Probably the green I've got on the leaves, which is the coyote green, which I had here just a second ago. This one. Or I could do it in the aubergine. I've got a color chart thing on the wall here that's got all my samples of what they look like when they're done. And maybe I want to do it the same color as the tree trunk, which is kind of an aubergine color. I think I do. Yep. I think I will. It's the only speedball color I like. Oh, that sounds really watery though. It's super watery. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I think that's gonna be an accident waiting to happen. Dare I? Let's get this brush dried out. I'm drying out the brush on this sponge that I've got the pot sitting on. Okay, let's push some of that stiff stuff down. And for safety's sake, for pot safety's sake, I'm going to tip this up so that I have gravity working with me instead of against me, because I don't want to drip this all over the entire surface of the piece that I just finished, which would be a disaster. I know you'd all probably like to see me do that, because wouldn't that be fun? No, that wouldn't be fun. These little tiny bits of bloopers that I get on the surface, I can clean up easily. Big bloopers on the surface, I can't clean up. I would have to wipe the whole thing clear with a damp sponge, wipe everything off, and start all over again. I'm trying to get the color into those areas where the texture goes in, which having a runnier color does help with. Makes it a little bit easier to get the color to go in. Something you can do if you have texture and you want to put it on, you can also put it on and just wipe it off so that the texture stays in the groove and not over the entire thing. But I want it over the entire thing. So I'm just going to tip this back up. I know I'm not facing you. Turn it this way so I can tip it away that you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Things I do for you guys. Come on, send me some hearts, please. Just tap that screen. Just tap the screen. It's not a big deal. Just tap the screen. It doesn't cost you anything. You can send me hearts for free. I don't get it. When I watch people's live, I tap the screen constantly, even if I'm only staying there for a few minutes. Just to support them for what they're trying to do. I'm going to be starting a subscription thing. In the subscription thing, you'll get to see a lot more stuff than just me painting. I'll have films in there on how to do everything I do, including throwing giant pots. Yeah, this old lady can throw giant pots. I've got bad shoulders to prove it. But I do like the challenge of getting 25 pounds of clay on the wheel and turning it into something rather magnificent. But let me tell you, just because you can throw big doesn't mean it's good. There are some things I throw and I go, oh my goodness, no, I don't like this. So I get squished down and I start over. Because it's got to be right. And I see a lot of people, usually beginners, and I was a beginner once too, but even as a beginner, I figured out right away that if I wasn't totally pleased with something I made, I was better off squishing it because it would just haunt me forever. I have a stack of pots in my gallery right now that I'm not that happy with. Never have been. And I want to smash them. And my husband doesn't want me to. He says there's nothing wrong with those pots. Those pots are great. And I go, no, they're not. I don't like them. I'm actually embarrassed by them. So, if you take out, join my, what is it, my subscription thing or whatever it is, which is like $4 a month, you will get to see videos of me smashing pots. And I'll explain to you why I'm smashing them and what it is about them that I don't like. I haven't got those videos made yet, but I'm going to make them. Right now my husband's out of town, so right now would be a really good time to do it. going to be taking some time off and having a holiday at the end of June. So I might do some lives while I'm on my holiday. Not very long ones. Just take you some of the places that we go. We'll be staying in Victoria, so it's one of those holidays where you have a holiday in your own town. I live in Souk, which is outside of Victoria. But you'll be able to join me going around to a lot of the cool places that we have in Victoria. On Vancouver Island. We'll go to some of the fun parks. Go to Fisherman's Wharf. Everybody loves Fisherman's Wharf because they have really good fish and chips. Okay, I'm gonna put it up this way. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, if I drip on the backside, I can wipe it off because I don't have anything on there yet. So this is not the angle I would normally work from. I'm only working from this angle so you can see what I'm doing. That time of year right now when you start applying to all the Christmas craft shows. I've already applied to one. Mind you, I have to admit for the last 3 years I've only done one. I'm just coming out of a serious episode of depression. But I think I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I'm looking at this line here. I don't like that because once it's finished in the kiln, that's gonna look as if it's a crack, and it's not. But it'll have that appearance, so I'm just gonna work on this for a bit. Take care of that so it looks like it's a nice join. So there's no open spots. There we go. Then I have to clean off my sponge. Hi. Maddie. Kayleigh. Alan. Jennifer. Beline. Desiree. Jason. Mikario. Mamadou. Cam. Flower. Matthew. Lovebug. Dixon. Kaylee. Hi. Hi, Judy. Just cleaning that up now. Because you always want your surfaces to be nice and clean and smooth, not chunky. Okay, we can go back to doing this part. Would somebody please tell me why you don't hit the heart button? Like, is there something here I'm not aware of? Because I believe that doing the hearts, it's free. You just tap it. And it doesn't cost you anything. Like this. Tap, 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 tap.
On a blanket with my baby around under the boardwalk, out on the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk.
Hi, thanks for joining. You can send me a heart. You can join my fan club if you like my live. Right now I have 2 fans.
Monday, Monday,
Fan club's free.
so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. Oh, Monday morning, couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. Monday,
I gotta get this to fill in these little white spots here. I don't want those little white spots. I like it on the foot, but I don't like it on the rim. There we go. Now I will do the foot. See, I don't mind it on the foot because it's a smaller space, I think. I think that's what it is. I just have to lift this up so I can do it, you guys. I'm sorry. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but you can see what I did. Sometimes you just gotta work from the angle that you gotta work from. And these are all completely functional pots. You can put them in the microwave, you can put them in your dishwasher. Just think of all the fun you have using them. Ever since I was a kid, I knew that Grandma Moses has the same birthday as me. And when I was researching the definition of my artwork, it came up that Grandma Moses also did naive art. That's what my style is. It's naive, if you wanted to classify it. Fairly simplistic, kind of a little bit craftsman style. That's why I stopped throwing my bowls. I started hand building them because I liked it that they weren't so perfect. When I throw a bowl, it's like bang on. This is one of my thrown bowls. It works really good for holding water. One day I'll take you guys for a trip in my gallery. We'll just go walk around in the gallery. That's what we'll spend the day doing. We'll do a gallery tour. How does that sound? Does anybody like that idea? Say hello from little unicorn somebody. Somebodies are made to be your emotional support characters. For when you need to take a deep breath Okay, I know what color I have on here. I have deep plum, which is an aubergine color. And what color do I want to put with it? Hi! Hi everyone who's joining. Thank you for joining me. I'll be on here until 1 o'clock. Okay, I think we're gonna go with... I don't want to do yellow. Oh. I don't want to do orange. At the opposite side of the color wheel of aubergine is a yellowy color. Maybe I'll go with flame orange. Decisions. Well, let's get this guy's lid on him. Or I could go with lime green. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with lime green. Shake it up. Get lots on the top. Hi, Coffin. That's Coffin. Yeah. You haven't sent any gifts for a while. Good to see you back. Nessie, Curtis, Juju, Ken, Tigars, Pearl, Yogi. Thanks for joining me, you guys. If you can't send gifts, at least send hearts. Like my lives. Okay. Lime green. This is the one that we wanted. Chartreuse green is actually what it is. This gets a good coat of color on it, so one of the few times I actually dip my brush into the pot, even though this pot's getting pretty low. I'm waiting for those kiwi underglazes to come. I sure hope that I like them as much as everyone says they are likable. Because some of my favorite Amico velvets are getting low. Alexa, volume down 2. Does anyone else's Alexa get louder and louder as the day goes on? Sometimes she's so annoying. I find myself trying to speak above her. I just want it as background music. I don't want her having her own concert. I'm getting mad at Alexa. She's actually playing good music for me. It's the fun music of my youth. I started listening to music when I was 9 years old. had a little transistor radio. I carted around all over the place with me that my grandpa had given me. And I thought it was the coolest thing. And the most interesting thing was that at nighttime, I could get radio stations from the US that I couldn't get in the daytime. At nighttime, you could get more stations than you could in the daytime. And my husband's the same way. We have this rather incredible record collection. Okie doke, there we go. That part's done. Now it's time to add some funkiness to the outside. That's not in the way, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna get the air pen going. This is the air pen. Let's get the cord out so I'm not having troubles. Let's see if it's gonna go. Turn it up a bit. You can kind of, there, now you can hear it. And that's too fast. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Here goes nothing. I told Alexa to turn it down, and now you can't even hear it. Jesse pissed at me. These are little squirrely dudes. I'm just kind of filling it up with little squirrels. Any little empty spots, get tinier ones. Don't want them all going the same direction. There we go. Ta-da! I'll put a little flower up here. Ooh, that was an air bubble. Air bubbles are bad. It's because it's just about empty. I might wipe that little flower off. It kind of looks messy. Okay, now I'm looking for my mechanical pencil because I sign all my pots with my mechanical pencil. Buzzard Grove, B-U-S-S-A-R-D, Grove, G-R-O-V-E. Buzzard is my maiden name, and Grove is my maiden name. It's not an actual location. Okay, so there we go. One bowl down. Another one to go. It's 12:30 almost. I don't want to touch the back of it because then I'll smush it up. And I'm feeling very stiff and sore today. I think this chair is not that good for me. Move that before I tip it over. Okay, so we've got 30 minutes and you'll get to see what I do at the beginning. Okay, obviously I've already got this one sketched out, sitting here waiting. And I need to, hi, thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I need to decide what colors I'm going to put on as the background. And that depends a little bit on what I'm going to do in the foreground on the images. We got a little bluebird here. We've got beanstalks. So those are going to be some shades of green. And we've got me finding the little bluebird and my imaginary friend looking over my shoulder, wondering what I'm doing. That's what the story is. And it's got beans for summer harvest. So you could have your bowl of beans. And this line that you see here, that line is going to disappear. All of these lines will disappear during the firing. But that line specifically will disappear. That was so that I could get this position so it looks like it's looking at the bird that the person is looking at. The person who could be me. Okay, so we know we've got some greens, we've got some blues. I've got my little critter, my imaginary critter, who is not right. She can be like that, but she's got to be standing here like this. There. Now she's right. Ah, good thing I caught that. Thank you for joining me. You're just watching me muck around with my pots and paint them and find my screw-ups and fix my screw-ups and what have you. So the background on this one is going to be deep yellow. My most common background. Turquoise. And chartreuse. Okay, so I'm going to start with the deep yellow. And I just do a wash over pretty much the entire surface with this combination of colors. And they go over top of one another as well. Sunshine. Sunshine. Hi, thanks for joining me. Nice to see you all. That's really intense. I don't usually have it quite that intense. I need to get some more water on there. To soften that. I want the color on there, but I don't want it to be too intense. It's kind of like a background wash. That was almost an accident wanting to happen. Okay, Alexa, volume up 1. Alexa, volume up 1. She turned the volume down to almost 0 because we just had an argument. Does anyone else argue with their Alexa? I have to say, she's not my favorite person. Okay, now we're getting ready to bring this to life. All right, first things first. Let's do the vine. Okay, this dark green is almost black, so I don't like it. So we're going to use the avocado green, which is right here. Which is very similar actually to the medium green in Speedball. But I don't want to muck around with Speedball and see how it's going to come out. Damn, my hair gets in the way sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to be on here for another 25 minutes, folks. You got 25 minutes to send me hearts and like my live. It seems like a lot of people just don't want to commit to liking my live. I have some people who like it a lot. They send me lots and lots of likes. But the rest of y'all, you're kind of stingy. How about just maybe some little hearts? Maybe tap your screen and send me some little hearts. That would be amazing. I don't see any. Tap your screen, send me little hearts. I like seeing little hearts on the screen, especially in these days. My goodness, the state of our world is a scary place right now. And those of us who live in countries where there is no war, we can thank our lucky stars that we weren't born somewhere else. The children in Gaza just breaks my heart. And it's just not right. None of this war stuff is right. I live in Canada. I was born in Canada. I am so freaking lucky that I was born in Canada and not somewhere else in the world. And it's only a matter of luck that you weren't born somewhere else. Okay, that's my head. And there's a beanstalk that comes down here. I know beans in the yard don't grow on giant stalks like this, but it was way more fun to make them giant stalks than just little tiny bean plants. So I made them big beanstalks, because it's more fun. I don't know if anyone on TikTok is from any of those countries. I've been trying to support Ukraine ever since all of that madness started. Okay, because I have this background wash on here, the colors show up a little bit differently where I paint them on. So I get a lot more variation without having to go back and add to it. It's kind of like watercolor, I think. So right now I'm just trying to get all these green areas done. All my sketch marks disappear in the firing. All that you will see are the black outlines that I do at the very end. And I use a pencil to do my sketches, a mechanical pencil. And if I screw up my sketch, I wipe it off with a damp sponge. Hi, thanks for joining me. It's hard to watch the screen and work at the same time. So I do apologize for not making sure that I welcome all of you.
Isn't how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea?
Song's so appropriate for now.
How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man
When I was in grade 3, our teacher taught us this song.
doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
She was pretty cool.
Answer is blowing
She had a guitar.
in the wind.
She's probably what got me hooked on all these
Yes, and how
protest songs.
times must a man get up before he can see the sky? Yes,
And Bob Dylan.
how many ears must
I have every album Bob Dylan's made.
before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
So it's pretty cool that I had a teacher when I was in grade 3 that taught us this song. I think that's just really freaking amazing. These are little beans that are hanging on the vine. There we go. Because we gotta have some beans on our beanstalk. I'm kind of enjoying adding extra color to these leaves to give them a little more definition. Okay, it's time to clean that brush off. Let's put the green away. Gee, how did I get all that water there? There must have been water in here. I managed to dump a whole pile of water over there. Oh well. You are my girl. Okay, now I'm looking for my brown. I apologize for singing because I have a terrible voice. And sometimes I do it when I'm in my studio, when I'm just thinking and looking and going, why can't I find my brown? Purple. Amethyst. Okay, it's got to be here somewhere. Because they can't get up and walk away. There's another. Empty. This is one of my blues. No, that's a black. My puffer. It's not here. Like, I swear, it's not here. How am I going to do my hair? I guess I'll have to do it gray. Like it really is. I was gonna do it brown, but I guess we'll do it gray. So we're gonna pull out, dry out, because you just add water on your brush, your wet brush. To get them to come back to life. And then I need a little bit of black. I know that this works. Well, it did the other day when I tried it. There we go. One. I think I only need one. And maybe I need a little more. I wonder if this is slip and not. Because look how that's coming out. No, it's not slip. Oh, that's way too much. That's a giant blob. Where's my other white that's new? How can my white be all dried out like that? I need those. Kiwi underglazes, come. Where's the kiwi underglazes? I want them to come now. This is go. go. There we go. That's gray. That's definitely gray. These little pill bottle things are really good for mixing your colors. And then you, especially when you have something that you just use a small amount of, because it's just going to be what I put on for the hair. Hi. Changing her face. There we go. Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm just painting up a storm here on this bowl with underglazes. I just had to mix up a gray for the color of my hair. Let's see, and my little critter friend, she is going to be, should I make her blue? The bluebird's gonna be blue. I don't know. I think I'm gonna make her baby blue. Okay, we've only got like 10 minutes left on this live. Thank you for joining me. If anyone did send me any hearts, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anyone who liked my live, that's really awesome. That makes you part of my fan club. I'd like to have a fan club. I'm an old lady who'd like to have a fan club.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments.
There we go.
I still can recall
Little arm.
some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all.
I remember when I was in grade 2, all my friends were trading Beatles bubblegum cards. Yeah, that's what we did back then. We traded bubblegum cards of the Beatles. Can you believe it? Okay, her antlers are going to be not amethyst. She's baby blue. And so I'm going to make her antlers 381. B381. .380 is violet, and that's kind of pink. Hi, everyone. I'm getting ready to log off here pretty soon. 5 minutes. 381. And I'll be taking a break. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. And I'm afraid that my butt's getting sore. I'm on a seat that has no cushioning. It's quite hard. These are all Amaco velvets for the most part. I've told you when I'm not using Amaco products. And I'm usually not very happy. The only ones I'm happy with are the Coyote under glazes. There we go. Got his little antlers. And these are going to be a deep blue. Even though I know that this looks purple, but the color that it comes out isn't purple. And I know the other day I said to you, you can pretty much tell what color you're gonna get when you use it. Well, not with Amaco greens and blues. 381. Yeah, is amethyst. And it's supposed to be this purple color, but it doesn't come out this purple color. It comes out more of a bluey purple. So thank you everybody for coming and joining me on my live today. Thank you, my fans. Thank you, those who sent me hearts. Thank you, those who liked my live. And I am planning to come back tonight around 6 o'clock. Right now it is 1 o'clock my time. So I'm going to say goodbye, say thank you. Thank you for coming to visit me in my studio. This is how I earn my living. I'm a little old lady who lives up on the hill in the forest. One day we'll go for a walk in the forest, okay? All right, so take care and have a good day and try to stay safe out there, okay? Love you all. Bye-bye.